To be perfectly honest with you guys, I did not expect to do a Rocket League video because it was just low on my totem pole. I'm currently working on my LA Noire video, and that's a game I've really been enjoying, and Rocket League just, you know, I played it on the PS4, I had fun with it, but I have so many other reviews and other product reviews I'm working on right now, I just didn't have time for Rocket League. And a lot of you guys in my latest live stream of playing LA Noire were asking if I was going to do a Rocket League video, and I was kind of like, no, I mean, I haven't even bought it yet. It's definitely not on my radar. But then Stupid Wood hit me up and was like, yo, let's play Rocket League. You need to get it. And I was like, I don't know. I don't really want to get it. And he was like, no, just get it. Just get it. And I was like, okay, you know, I guess I could play it a little bit. And then I got it. And now I'm addicted. And I can't stop playing Rocket League. And I'm really worried because I'm like, maybe I should call out sick tomorrow to work. You know, maybe I should just, you know, fake my death and I could just play Rocket League all the time. And then I could just sit around and play Rocket League. And there's so much Rocket League to play. And it's just so fun. And there's so much to do. And I probably need help. I probably need help. But Rocket League, what is it? What is it all about? Is it a game you should check out on the Nintendo Switch? Let's talk about it, and let's get into the fact of why I am addicted now to Rocket League. So if you've never played Rocket League before, imagine a game of soccer with cars, and that essentially at the core of the game is what Rocket League is all about. Now, like I said, I dabbled with it on the PS4, but I never fell in love with it. I know a bunch of my friends got really into it, but for me, I don't know. It just never clicked with me for whatever reason. Maybe it was because I was just very bad at the game, because on the surface, it looks like an easy game. You're thinking to yourself, well, you got a car, there's a ball, you hit it into the net. Okay, how hard could it be? But once you actually start to play the game, you realize there's a lot more going on. You have things like bicycle kicks. You have things like you can jump your car and hit the ball while it's in the air. You have to think about trajectory, and you have to think about angles when you're hitting the ball. So there's a lot to the game. It's very easy to get into, but as far as sort of getting a mastery of the game, there's definitely a bit of a learning curve. And maybe I just never got over that learning curve. But then I scored my first goal. And thankfully I was capturing footage, and I was like, hey, wait a second. I'm starting to understand this game. This is kind of fun. And Rocket League really at its core is just a super fun game. It's a game that on paper sounds very simplistic, like I said, but once you start playing it and once you start learning the mechanics and you start scoring goals and getting assists and getting nice saves and stuff, it becomes just this really engrossing experience. One of the things I really like about Rocket League is just the sheer variety of cars. You can unlock cars in the game, or there's paid DLC that you can also get. And the Mario car is a brand new addition to this version of the Switch version. There's also a Samus car as well. And what I like about the cars is each one of them is unique. Each one of them has unique features, such as the Mario car. When you jump the Mario car, it does the jump sound effect from Mario games, which I thought was super cool. And then I realized there was a DeLorean in the game, and I was like, stop it, I need this. How much is it? I will pay up to and including $100. But luckily it was only $2. So I picked up the DeLorean and I instantly fell in love with it. I'm a huge Back to the Future fan, and I had to have this car, and I love the styling of it. I love how they did it. You know, it looks exactly like the DeLorean. It even has the out of time license plate from Back to the Future. And once you hit a certain speed, you start to get those tracks going, and it makes a noise like you're about to, you know, go back into the future. So it's really cool. There's a lot of nice touches with that. There's a ton of different cars you can get. There's like Batman cars and stuff like that. A really good variety. But even if you completely skip the DLC, you're getting everything in this game. You're getting all the levels, you're getting all the game modes, and that's really important. Now, at its core, Rocket League to me is an online experience. You could play local multiplayer, which I'm sure is lots of fun. You could do single Joy-Con, but for me personally, I was interested in the online aspect of the game. And as with any new game that comes out, obviously not everyone is going to buy it right at the launch of the game, because money's tight nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But what's nice about Rocket League is they did cross-platform play on this game. So you're not just playing with Nintendo Switch owners, you're playing with Xbox One owners and PC owners. So right then and there, you have a huge user base, a huge variety of people to play with. Now, this game was done by Panic Button, and you might remember that Panic Button also did Doom. So obviously these dudes have been super busy. 2 games in 1 month on the same platform, a game the size of Doom, a game the size of Rocket League on the same platform. Like, these dudes are just working overtime, and it really shows, because I love the port of Doom and I'm loving the port of Rocket League. And there's a lot of different stuff to like about Rocket League. One of the main things I really like about Rocket League is, unlike EA, there's a party system, and you can actually play with your friends, and you can even bring up a little chat box. All of the footage that you're seeing is from a session that Wood and I played while he was streaming the game on his channel, and I was recording game footage on mine. And we were like, oh, well, how do we play together? Oh, look, there's a party system. I can just invite you to the party, and we can play together and be on the same team. It's little simple things like that that sometimes we take for granted. And when you have companies like EA who don't put party systems in their game and don't allow you to play with your friends, and then you have companies like Panic Button who are working on these ports of the game, who allow invite systems in Doom, who allow parties in Rocket League, like, you just start to appreciate the game more. You really see that this wasn't just a simple cut and paste port. They actually put some time and effort into it with the additional vehicles, with the additional sound effects with those vehicles, and with the party system. Now, aside from the 3-on-3 and 4-on-4 standard modes, there's a bevy of other modes too. I haven't really checked them out too much, but I did sample them to see what they were about. There's a mode that's sort of like a hockey game. It's in a snowy area, and there's lots of snow, and you're hitting a hockey puck instead of a soccer ball. There's a basketball mode where it's a 2-on-2 mode, and there's 2 basketball nets, and you have to jump and hit the ball into the net instead of actually hitting it into a soccer goal. There's another mode where it's like craziness. Every 10 seconds you get a new power-up, and there's all sorts of different crazy power-ups, like the ability to get spikes on your vehicle, and then the ball will stick to your vehicle and you can just rush it right in. There's a lot of fun to be had with this game. I really enjoyed the other modes, sort of just to play around with them, but my real love just comes from the core game itself, and the core game is just top-notch. This game runs at 60 frames per second, and while I'm not a huge fan of numbers when it comes to games like that, I just appreciate how it actually looks. Doom was 30 frames per second, and it still looked great, and it still ran great. Much like Doom, Rocket League is actually a 60 frames per second game, but once again, it still runs great. It still looks great. It's very, very smooth. That was the first thing I noticed about the game, is just how smooth the racing mechanics are. Like, it's pretty mind-blowing to see this either running on the docked mode or the handheld mode. That's just how smooth it is. The online component of the game, rock solid. I had no lag issues. I had no dropped frames or anything. It was just super rock solid, and I was able to get into a match very quickly. Wood and I played a ton of matches tonight, and everything just worked. Like, everything was very streamlined. Everything just worked well. Now, talking about handheld and docked mode, I can't really compare the graphics to the PS4 version of the game because, like I said, I dabbled in it, but that was years ago, and I don't really remember what it looked like. The Switch version looks pretty solid. I don't think it looks as good as the PS4 version, but once again, this is the Nintendo Switch. It's not the PS4. Obviously, things are going to be cut back, and that's just a reality of it. If you keep comparing the Switch version to the PS4 version of games, you're going to drive yourself insane because obviously the Switch is targeting something different. And this game still, it looks great. You know, much like Doom, it looks great. It looks very good running on the hardware, and it's definitely up to snuff when it comes to current releases. On the handheld side of things, the game still does run at 60 frames per second, but it's a little jaggier. And when I first moved to the handheld mode, I definitely noticed a downgrade in graphics. There was a bit more anti-aliasing. There was more, you know, textures sort of popping up a little bit. But honestly, it still runs good. It still plays good. After a minute, you're not even noticing those things because much like Doom, Rocket League is based on speed. Rocket League is based on reaction time. Rocket League is based on fast-paced action and fast-paced fun. And once again, Panic Button, these dudes are on another level right now. Like, they are probably behind Nintendo as my favorite company on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know who these guys are. They pretty much came out of nowhere on a lot of people's radars, but you gotta give them credit. They're absolutely killing it on the Nintendo Switch now. Doom, a fantastic port. Rocket League, another fantastic port. If you want games to come to the Nintendo Switch, make sure Panic Button is doing it because these dudes know what they're doing. They obviously know their way around the hardware. Considering that these games are first-year releases on the Switch, it's pretty damn impressive. Rocket League retails for $20. There is a physical version coming out. I might have to double dip on it, but it has been delayed. Right now it's available on the eShop only. And honestly, it's a no-brainer. I'm super addicted to it. Once I finish doing this video and editing this video, I'm going back to play Rocket League all night long, and I'll walk into work tomorrow and I'll be a zombie, but that's okay, because you know what? At least I spent all night playing Rocket League. It's a fantastic port, it's a great game on its own, and it's a definite must-own for Nintendo Switch owners. I know, the November was killing your wallet, and we weren't even expecting Rocket League. When I made my, oh, November's gonna kill my Switch wallet, or my wallet video, I I wasn't even factoring in Rocket League because it wasn't announced for a November release, and they're like, hey, November 14th, Rocket League's coming, and it's like, mother. Anyways, but yes, if you're a fan of fun games, Rocket League is a no-brainer, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. If you picked up Rocket League, let me know what you think about this version of the game, if you're having fun with it like I am, if you're addicted to it like I am, and thank you for checking out this video. If you're new here to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video around, let people know that the Switch is getting killer ports right now, and they're fantastic, and they're just so much fun, and it's just a joy to play this game anywhere you go, on the go. I will catch you guys next time. Thank you for checking out this video. Be on the lookout for the LA Noire video. It's coming still. And then we got Skyrim. Then we got Farming Simulator. We got Gear Club. We got It'll Do Too. I'm losing my mind. Later.
RGT NA5. RGT NA5. RGT NA5.